Are you really out of shape and wanting to fix that? Or perhaps you just put on a few extra pounds over Christmas and the holiday season. Whatever it is, if you're looking to lose weight, let's discuss the best way to do that. Hey everyone, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me, Matt here, and in this video I want to talk a bit about losing weight. Now, a lot of the videos on my channel tend to be about things related to the mind and what you can do with your mind, but I haven't actually made that many videos about the body and dealing with the body. And this subject is actually something I've dealt with a lot in the past, because I have, in the past, both put on massive amounts of weight and lost massive amounts of weight. I've been anything from, really underweight to quite overweight. I was never particularly huge, but I did put on quite a bit of weight, and then I had to lose that. So having done that now and having lost all of that weight, I thought I would share with you some of the things that I learned along the way. So first of all, let's talk about exercise versus diet. Now, when people want to lose weight, they're normally faced with one of two choices, or so it seems. They have the choice to either actually exercise to lose that weight, or they have the choice to diet and actually consume less food. But is there a right or wrong choice here? Well, the truth is, in my opinion, yes, there is. You see, the way that you actually lose weight comes down to a simple balance of numbers. When you're doing your day-to-day routine, you're burning energy, you're expending energy, and this energy is measured in calories. When you're consuming food, you're getting new energy into your body, also calories. If you're taking in more energy than you're using each day, that energy is going to be stored in your body as fat. Some of it will go to build muscle if you're working out, but some of it will go to build fat. Now, if you're consuming less energy than you're using each day, then naturally your body has to find that energy elsewhere. So it will go to your existing fat stores and sometimes to your muscle if you're not getting enough protein, and it will reduce that, so you'll lose fat. If you're eating around the same amount of energy as you're using each day, then you'll stay about the same weight. Or if you're working out, you might put on a little bit of muscle and lose a little bit of fat. Overall, it's just about balancing that energy out. And so when people tell us to exercise to lose weight, what they're really saying is up the amount of energy that you're expending each day. That way, even if you are eating more, if you're now expending more energy, you might be expending more than you're consuming. But the reality is, if you're overweight in the first place, you are probably consuming a lot more energy than you need to. In other words, you're probably eating a lot more than you need to. And in order to actually increase your day-to-day energy expenditure to such a level that you would be okay with that and you would still be losing weight, you would need to be exercising really, really hard every single day without fail. And this is just going to be so tough on most people that you're not going to be able to stick with it, and you're going to give up on this, after a few weeks or a month or so. And that's not what we want, because we want you to be able to stick there to the end of, your weight loss program. You want to actually be able to stick it through. So what do I suggest instead? Well, I suggest going the diet route, and that is looking at what you're eating each day. It's going to be a bit painstaking at first, but you want to track your calories. Weigh your food, look at the packaging, what calories are there, and don't eat out. Don't go to restaurants and places and that. I know in America now, when you eat out, places are actually required to list the amount of calories that you have in certain areas, but the fact is those calorie counts are often very, very off and not accurate, so you can end up eating a lot more than you intend to and just pile back on the pounds that you've already lost. So you really need to actually watch your calories while you're on a diet, especially if you're having trouble losing weight, because the fact is, if you're having trouble losing weight, it just doesn't seem to be coming off, and the fact is you're probably still eating too much. And the amount that you need to eat varies from individual to individual. So the next thing I suggest is don't go by what someone else tells you as an amount to eat. Because what might be a suitable weight loss diet for one person might actually put on the pounds for someone else, or vice versa. So you need to actually work out what your body needs. Now, to do this, you need to work out how much energy you expend each day. And you can do this by working out your basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of energy your body would need to sustain itself, even if it did nothing each day. And there are a couple of formulas for that, and I'm going to put both of them on the screen. You can use either of those formulas. They give different numbers, so check them out and see which one feels right to you. Obviously, these numbers that you're going to get aren't going to be 100% accurate, but they're a kind of rough guideline. Once you've got your BMI or your basal metabolic rate, you can then times that by how active you are, and I'll put a few different activity factors on the screen, different levels of activity, times it by the multiplier that you see there, and what you should get is your TDEE, or your total daily energy expenditure. And that is the amount of calories that you would need to consume each day to, break even and have enough energy for the day. When you're actually wanting to lose weight, you want to aim for somewhere around 500 to 600 calories less than that. So say the number that you get is 2,700 calories, then if you want to lose weight, you should be aiming for around 2,100, 2,200 calories a day. So, get weighing your food, get counting your calories and aim for that number. And then after a week, don't worry about every day, but after a week, check if you've actually lost weight or if you've gained weight or if you stayed the same. If you've got the numbers right, then you should have lost roughly around a pound after a week. If you've lost less than a pound, you might want to slightly lower your calories by about another 100 to 200. If you haven't lost any weight, then I would suggest dropping the calories by 400 to 500. If you've put on weight, then I would suggest dropping the calories even further, 600 to 700, and then, reassess in a week's time. Now, you don't want to make the calorie deficit any bigger than this, really. That's called crash dieting, and it has many problems. For one, you're going to feel low energy all day, you're going to feel sick, you're going to feel depressed. Two, it's going to really mess with your hormones. Especially for men, it can lower your testosterone levels, and it's just going to leave you feeling really not very good. So you want to be on a small deficit. Too big a deficit, yes, you will slightly lose more weight each week, but you'll feel terrible for it and you won't be able to stick to the diet. So try to lose the weight at a more reasonable pace, a pound, maybe maximum of 2 pounds a week, a maximum deficit of say 800 to 900 calories, ideally in the 500 to 600 range, and take it slow and monitor your progress each week. Don't worry about fluctuations in your weight from day to day, because the fact is a large part of that comes from the water that you have in your body. At different times you're going to have more water weight and less water weight, so that's why you'll notice that you weigh yourself in the morning and you might be 65 kilos, and then you weigh yourself a few hours later and suddenly you're 67 kilos. It isn't that you've put on 2 kilos of fat, it's that you've put on 2 kilos of water weight, which happens when you eat your meals, and that water weight will disappear later on and then you'll be back down. So don't worry about the day-to-day fluctuations. Weigh yourself in the morning, first thing when you get up, because that's going to be when you're your lightest and you have the least amount of water weight on you, because you kind of get dehydrated overnight. And weigh yourself once a week, say on Saturday morning. Do that and measure your progress and adjust as you need to. So the next thing that I suggest is when you're dieting, if you have any amount of muscle mass and you want to keep that, I suggest you keep your protein content rather high. You see, when you actually go into a calorie deficit, in other words, you're consuming less energy than you're expending, you're not just going to lose fat, but you're going to lose some muscle as well. Now, by keeping the amount of protein you consume high throughout the day, your body believes that it's already broken down muscle into protein, so it's not going to keep breaking it down. And in other words, you're not going to lose much muscle. So if you've been bodybuilding and you've just been on a bulk and you've put on a bunch of muscle, but you've also put on too much fat, then you want to make sure that you're getting a lot of protein on your cut to actually lose that. And for this number, I suggest at least 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. In other words, say you're around 25% body fat range and you weigh 100 kilos or 220 pounds. That would be 75 kilos, that would be your lean body mass. Times that by 2.2, you get it in pounds, and then you eat that much protein each day. Okay, and next of all, I want to actually mention exercise, because although I say that dieting is the way that you want to lose weight, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't exercise. What it means is that dieting should be your primary means of ensuring that you're always in a calorie deficit, but exercise can be used to speed that up further, because by exercising every day, your actual energy requirements for each day are going to go up, and as a result, that's 500 to 600 calorie deficit is now actually, a 700 to 800 one, so you can actually eat the same amount of food, feel more energy throughout the day, feel better throughout the day, but you're going to be losing weight slightly faster. So you might be able to lose, say, 2 pounds in a week rather than 1, or at least, 1.5 pounds. Now, don't go crazy with the exercise, don't push yourself too hard that you're not going to feel good about it. Just exercise each day for a little bit, even if it's just going for a, walk for half an hour, doing a few sets of push-ups, going for a jog. you want to focus mainly on cardio. Cardio is going to burn a lot of calories, and you know, it's there for losing weight. But also, if you are actually trying to maintain muscle and stuff, then you should also do resistance training, weight training, something like that. So that's the basics of weight loss. And the other thing that I suggest doing is actually taking a look at how long it's going to take you to get to your goal. This will help motivate you and also help you be realistic about your progress. Because if you've got a lot of weight to lose, say you're about 300 pounds and you want to be 175 pounds, that's 125 pounds to lose, which is quite a lot, and you might get daunted by the process, and you know, you might look at yourself 2 months down the line and be like, well, I don't like how I look, I don't feel like I've lost much weight. So what you need to do is be realistic. You need to say, okay, I've got 125 pounds to lose, so this is going to take 125 weeks, maybe slightly less. Just account for it being about £1 a week. So 125 weeks is 2.5 years for you to lose all that weight. And that is quite a long time. So don't be, you know, let down when you see that you haven't lost much in 2 months. If you've lost around 8 pounds in those 2 months, you're on target. If you haven't, then you should increase, you know, the amount of exercise you're doing and decrease the amount you're eating. So just pay attention to that, you know, work out how long it's going to take you to get to your goal weight and stick to the £1 a week. If you can get more than that, great, but don't go excessive with the dieting and don't push yourself too hard with the exercise if it's not making you comfortable. And if you do that and you follow that recipe, you're going to lose the weight in no time. Using this, I got down from over 27% body fat, in other words, I was in the overweight range, all the way down to 9%, which is, you know, practically as slim as you can get before you get into the, you know, unhealthy ranges. So I lost weight with this method, and I found it a comfortable process. I didn't feel stressed with the process of dieting. I actually, you know, I enjoyed myself during the time, and I lost it pretty quickly. I lost it over a period of a few months. So if you follow these steps, you're going to be able to lose the weight that you want, and you're going to be able to hit your goal weight. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video and you want more like this, then remember to subscribe up there, because we've got regular videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions about the process or want to share your own tips, do so in the comments below. And if you want to keep watching, check out the video that's linked on screen. Also, if you haven't already, remember to check out my new Lucid Dreaming audio course. Lucid Dreaming is a form of dreaming where you actually have control over your dreams, and you can do whatever you like. So you can go to fantastic places, you can ride dragons, you can use superpowers, you can do whatever your imagination is capable of imagining. And you can feel as if you're really there in real life. And we dream every night, so why not actually regain the power to control your dreams and learn how to lucid dream? I've got a whole course all about this. It takes you all the way from having your first lucid dream to all the advanced stuff you can do, like creating your own dream world where it looks whatever you want it to look like. And this whole course is $18. You can find it on my Gumroad. There's a link to it up there. Check it out, you know, read more about it on the Gumroad page and see if that's something you'd like. And if you haven't checked this out already, then you should check out my ebook, 4 Steps to Manifesting Anything. It goes through the 4-step process that I use to get my thoughts, feelings, actions, and circumstances in order so that I can actually manifest things in my life. If I want to make a change, or I'm not happy with where I am in some place, or I want to get a new job, or I want to meet new people, then this is the process that I take myself through mentally so that I can prepare myself to actually change who I am and become the person that I need to be in order to get those things. There's more about it on the Gumroad page. Check it out, there's a link up there. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.